much, Madam Chair, for holding this hearing. Thank you to the outstanding witnesses. I'm a former mayor of Phoenix, and I have seen the great work that the Corps of Engineers has done in my city over many years. I recently introduced legislation to create an environmental assistance program modeled after other Western states in partnership with the Corps of Engineers. Can either of the witnesses, could you describe the benefits of a Corps environmental infrastructure assistance program, especially the benefits of improving existing water and wastewater infrastructure projects before performance and reliability are compromised, please? Major General.
Yes, sir. I mean, I think this year we're seeing that firsthand with the damages to the levees that I mentioned just south of Omaha between Kansas City. Just to do the initial repairs, not to restore the levee, but just to do the initial repairs, these are $7, $8, $9 million projects just to stop the water from flowing into the farmland.
There are several projects the Corps is involved in along the Salt and Gila River corridors through Phoenix. Two of our late great representatives of Arizona, Senator McCain and Congressman Pastor, were both champions of restoration and development of the Salt River through Phoenix and the entire Valley of the Sun. We now call that project, that legacy project, Rio Reimagine. It pulls together multiple local governments, tribal authorities, Arizona State University, the Corps, and others to revitalize over 50 miles of important river corridor through the Phoenix region. Currently, the Corps has only one civil works projects manager assigned to the Phoenix office of the LA district, which represents all of Arizona. In my opinion, it's clearly not enough. How does the Corps plan to address staffing needs so that all Corps projects in the state can move forward in a timely and appropriate manner with appropriate staffing levels?
Yes, sir. We'll go back and look at this particular project office. As a general statement, we put people where the work is. On this particular set of projects, my understanding is that the current suite of projects were more upland restoration, not necessarily down on the river where we can apply our aquatic ecosystem restoration authorities. I also understand that we would have to do an additional study of what other AER type projects would be out there. But sir, the workload the workforce would follow the workload.
Tres Rios is a Corps project associated with Rio Reimagine. Its project is partially complete, but we need the Corps to complete a limited reevaluation report, LRR, to raise the Section 902 limit and request additional appropriations to fund it. What's the status of this report, and when does the Corps expect it to be completed?
Yes, sir. So we require a new start decision, a new start authority from Congress before we can initiate that general reevaluation report.
Another important project in Arizona is the completion of the Lower Santa Cruz Flood Control Project in Pinal County, the fastest growing county in the United States. Traditional farming communities like Maricopa, which is incorporated in 2003 with a population of approximately 1,000 residents, is now over 50,000 residents. This growing city sits in the middle of a floodplain. Currently, the draft chief reports is slated to be completed in July 2020 and finalized in 2021. In order to keep this project on an optimal schedule, our aim is to get this project authorized in the 2020 WRDA. Can the Corps accelerate the Chief's report to coincide with the WRDA 2020 in order to keep the project on schedule?
So we want to expedite this study and all the remaining studies to make them eligible for WRDA 2020. This particular project, we have some additional consultation we need to do with some tribal members in the area, and then we'll work to expedite this the completion of this study.
I appreciate that. It's not my district, but it's important to the state of Arizona, and so it's important in my district as well. Let me turn to Rio de Flood Control Project in Flagstaff, also not in my district, but important to the state of Arizona. Lieutenant General Semonite visited Flagstaff and toured the project in October. After his visit, he stated that its completion would be one of his top priorities before the end of his term as chief. It's my understanding that the Los Angeles district has requested the remaining $52 million needed to complete this project. Catastrophic flood will affect more than half of Flagstaff's 75,000 residents, including major parts of its downtown and Northern Arizona University, and could cause $1 billion more in damages. Completion of this project is a top priority for the city. Will you support the district's funding request to complete this important project in the fiscal year 2020 work plan?
Yes, sir. So this will go forward with our recommendation. We'll finish PED. We have the dollars to finish PED this year, and as you had the commitment from General Semonite, we want to finish projects that we start.
I really appreciate that. I'm just about out of time, so I'll yield back, but I have another question about Rio Salado Oeste, another very important project of Phoenix. I'll submit it in writing for the record. Thank you.